it's an honor. It's kind of, this is, maybe that goes into your question. I feel so honored and flattered. It feels like a different world to kind of be like, wait a second, we're now roughly 5 years from the end of the show, and to come here and to see people for the last 3 days, 3.5 now, who have met dear friends and shared this journey with their family members and friends, and to still see y'all coming out. And I know a lot of y'all are here for Pokemon, I am too, no doubt. But it's really, really special. So on a human level, thank you all for So to answer your question, I did wake up a little tired.
Sure.
So Genevieve, who was here Thursday, Friday, flew out yesterday morning, and we ordered room service. We got a bottle of champagne. We were like, yeah, here we go. But we're 42 and 44, so we're too tired to open it. So when I got home last night, Cliffy and I went to Hooters to watch UFC and and then I got home and I was like, I have a good idea. It's like 9:30 p.m. I'm going to take this magnesium L-threonate like gel packet that helps you sleep. And I was like, and I'm going to open that champagne.
Oh no!
So I did, and I had to pack it. So I woke up a little tired, a little regretful, but ultimately grateful. So I'm grateful for all. This is really cool. Fair enough, Jen. Magnesium L-threonate does make you sleep pretty quickly, and champagne.
What is happening? As a moderator, I'm going to shut you down.
One word, fine. One word. I woke up wet.
You said wet? You said wet? DJ, how did you feel?
Oh, God. Horrified? No, I woke up unhungover. And what do I expect to happen? Or what do I want to happen?
How would you like you to, your eyes are just closing and you're like, what a great
Drunk? I'm going to watch Super Bowl after this.
Yeah, go Birds.
I think I'm going to go to Wingstop if anybody wants to go to it.
How about you, Ruth? I woke up chipper.
Like a wood chipper.
Nice.
For those who don't speak Scottish, chipper means happy.
No, chipper doesn't mean happy. Chipper's this.
One word,
It's
Mark.
not happy.
What's the word?
No.
That's not a word. That's the word.
Thunderbird. No, sorry, wrong thing.
Can we get Alex? How about you?
Honestly, we gotta move on.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm going to assume everyone was
Thank you for
chipper.
releasing us, Alex.
Yeah,
This is
we
thank you,
gotta
Alex.
move on. There's a lot of
I don't want to leave anyone out, but thank you, Alex. So I'm going to start on this end. I feel smarter.
Good
I
It makes
love
you look
I
smart.
love you. I like you a lot. Thank you. So this show is on an epic scale. When you got to become a part of this family, how has that sort of changed your trajectory of life? Like, what has that done for you? Because obviously there's these fans, you have this family up here. Like, how has this changed your life?
This is the single job that changed my life the absolute most. All of my best friends are from the show, and my partners from the show. Like, I'm married to It's so crazy to look at like what my life is like now, and it's like, you know that movie Sliding Doors where Gwyneth Paltrow has a nice haircut if she makes the train and has a bad one if she didn't. Like I think about that all the time. What would have happened if I didn't do this show?
I went from being a terrible mother in the show to actually being a mother because of the show. Been the gift of my mother, yeah, to exaggeration. Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
For real, thank you.
For real. You guys, this is amazing. Alex.
Don't have any kids, so I'm real thankful about that.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, the fact that we get to come to new places and old places and get to see new and old friends and we get to fill up rooms, it's still unbelievable. never ceases to amaze me, honestly.
Yeah, of course. How about the rest of y'all? If anyone wants to share life, Jim, tell us everything.
You don't have time for everything. I'm very grateful that I got to, I got to work with these people and I got to grow old with this show, which was easy because that's how I started. And there's quite a number of people who were on this show that I actually still like. And it's a limited number, but
Two of them are on the stage right now.
at least
Jim and you.
But I still like all you guys. So
It's almost exactly 20 years since my audition for Supernatural. And I've known you this whole time, Jared, and most of you for most of that time. And just to think of how my life has grown and changed in that time, and the people I have continued, all of these people who have collected along the way in my life. For an audition where I died in the first 90 seconds.
Her audition was this.
Nobody did it better. Except Adrian, equal. The fact that I'm still sitting here and you're still sitting here is beyond, it's hard to wrap my head around. I'm just grateful. Thank you.
How's your life changed?
are you serious?
Yeah.
No, she's fucking around.
I did when I joined this show.
All of us just died for fake.
Married, extra kid. I mean, I wish I died in the first 90 seconds, to be absolutely. I came for one episode. I know. I came for one episode. If I'd have known what was going to happen.
The journey.
I don't know.
Should we move on to Jared?
The truth of the matter is, in all my years, Jim will back this up. We've been lucky enough to do some extraordinary television and features and stuff in our life, but there has never been anything like this. It doesn't exist anywhere else. I've been lucky enough to be in a lot of shows that have huge followings, Who and Star Trek and all sorts of other things like that, Battlestar and stuff. But this is different. This has always been different. And what it is it's the connection between the people that love the show and the people that make the show. And from day one, I saw that the people that make the show cared as much about the show as the people that love the show. And that's what makes it so good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
Hold on, you woke up wet?
You said one word, so I tried to do one word, Mr. Shepard. To Sam's point, I do think 20 years ago today, we were filming the pilot. I know we were shooting on March 1st because it was Jensen's birthday, and we saw it during the pilot. And either we were shooting the pilot or I had it at home and I was trying to go like, what am I doing here? To try and gauge it is so difficult, but I will say this. I can think back to the 15 change, because of the strike and COVID and this and that, that I was on the show, and there were a lot of sacrifices. I mean, everybody in this room, if you think of any 15-year period, there's been a lot of shit. There's been a lot that like, this sucks, and I don't want to wake up, and I don't want to leave the house, I don't want to get out of bed, and I don't want to go be with that person or do that. But in hindsight, I just feel so grateful for y'all, honestly, because I was very public about some of the shit I was going through that I've been kind of not secretive of, but hadn't shared yet. And I was met with such love and acceptance that it meant a lot to me, and hopefully to some of y'all as well. And and I just feel grateful. This is, I'm going to make a weird analogy, and I'm like the king of bad analogies, so bear with me. But you know, sometimes you have your favorite band that no one knows about or something, or you have your favorite restaurant no one knows about. And you can walk in, get a table, like the happy hour on a Friday, like cool, like this is my favorite place anyways. And then when people start finding out about it, you're like, shit! This feels the opposite. Honestly, this feels like the more, like you've been saying to everybody, you gotta watch this, you gotta listen to them, you gotta eat there, you gotta root for this team. And the more people that join, it's like a rising tide raises all boats. And so when I meet people that met best friends because they liked the show, or they went to a con together, or they met it on a Reddit thread, like my heart grows bigger every time. Again, wet and gratitude. I'm taking 2 words. I'm doing 2 words.
Woo!
Great analogy.
Very good.
I love you.
I'm gonna start a band called Wet Gratitude.
Someone make a shirt. I'll wear it. I'll wear it right now.
No, it's true though, because we all have our comfort shows, and sometimes a lot of other people watch those, and sometimes they don't. But like when I started watching this, and because of my anxiety, it is a show I like to put on something that I know what's going to happen. I could probably recite the lines because it makes me feel comfortable and safe. Is this anyone else's like safe show? So we appreciate the work y'all did. Like it just, I love it. Even though it's like the most horrifying show some episodes. You're safe is not my safe.
I like the Golden Girls. Like that's
No, that too.
This show has an enormous number of disembowelings for a safe show.
You gotta remember something. What makes it so different is that's why I hate the idea of fan. We always hated the word fan. Fan comes from fanatic, it's a negative, it's always been a negative. Supernatural family is seeing what people do with other people in conjunction with the show, sharing lives, doing stuff. My friends here, do a lot of charity work, do a lot of things that they care about. It's enormous, but you guys make it bigger. It's not a normal thing. It's a wonderful antidote, as far as I'm concerned, to the craziness in the world. Our mental health struggles. We're all vocal about it. We are very vocal. You can be famous and in the news and whatever, and nobody knows anything about you. And the truth is, we've been around doing this for so long, they pretty much know most of it. We've been through it quite
Hard to hide.
Absolutely, it's hard to hide. But we are so, Steve, right? We are so grateful that it's taken us all together, you and us, on this journey. And there's new people. That's what blows my mind. For sure.
The streaming is so helpful because like 10-year-olds can now become fans, and that's what's
Who's letting their 10-year-olds watch Supernatural?
I can't watch that.
That explains a lot. We're still trying to decide whether or not we let our 12, 11, and 7-year-old watch Uncle Jensen kill mom. But yeah, to everybody's point, like we have a family. We have a family here, and then on stage and on camera, there are these talented, wonderful, beautiful people, and Mark Shepard.
Wow.
Who just all. Thank God. Best face forward. Best face forward.
The view is wonderful from here.
But it was great along the way. We were also, and I mean this, and I'm looking at a full fucking theater. We're looking at a full theater at MegaCon 2025. Yeah.
Woo!
And there were several years of our lives where we didn't know if we'd get another season.
Yeah.
And now here we are, 5 seasons later. After it ended, going like, cool. Like, who started watching the show in the last couple of years?
I've been watching it before that.
Amazing.
Get out.
Cool.
Wow.
And take the lady who lets her 10-year-old watch with you.
Yeah. lot of the episodes, you guys like kind of teamed up in different things. Is there any character on the show that you wish your character would have done more team ups with and gotten to, you know,
Charlie.
go decapitate? Yes. Same for you.
Same, yeah. Charlie, I mean, Felicia and I actually talked about going and filming a road trip just by ourselves.
Yes, please. She's. I got to run her panels twice now, and honestly, that's all I wanted to talk to her about. But I guess she does other things too.
I mean, Red House Unite.
Woo!
Charlie, I'd watch that show.
Yeah.
Right?
I want to hear Alex's answer. Alex, what's your answer to this? I want to hear yours.
More time getting drooled on by Garth, you know?
I was drooled on him once. They gave me these new werewolf teeth.
No, but like, it's not that you drool on me. It was more that like he's straddling me and he's like, oh, sorry. This is like, tumbling out of his mouth. And
I
don't know
drank
why.
Michael's grace and then I was on top of you.
Yeah.
Trying to bite you, but they gave me these new werewolf teeth that were too big
They
for
were
my
not
mouth.
for you at all.
So I couldn't close my mouth over them. And so they were making me go at him for a long time. And I was like, you need to call cut. I could see drool coming up the side of my mouth. Going toward him. And I'm like, I'm really trying very hard not to drool on you, Alex.
I'm just laying there, I'm like, it's okay, dude, it's fine.
I will say, having worn vampire teeth and werewolf teeth, this and that, as Sam, DJ is my absolute favorite other actress on the show to wear it, because in person at least, they look fucking stupid. And they're really sharp, and they cut the insides of your mouth, and so they're like, okay, let's put the teeth in, and so they come in, and they like drag your gums, so you can put them in, and they're like, okay, we're gonna cover it, so they pull your lid down, but they were hard.
They're hard.
They're like spikes. And so DJ, God love him, he would just stand there and be like, I feel stupid.
Turning into a werewolf without CGI looks dumb because you're in front of a full my castmates and 200 people behind the camera doing this. You don't do it, it won't edit. So you have to, but it looks so stupid and everybody around me is doing this. This motherfucker.
You more than anybody, you'd stand there on your mark and you'd be like, I feel stupid, do I look stupid? And we're like, no, you look great.
I nicked my penis with those werewolf claws. So the first iteration, they were like neat press-on claws, like you could just press them on. But they brought in full, like they hired like some prosthetic makeup people to come in and they put them on from the knuckle. And so I went to the bathroom and pulled my pants down
God.
and couldn't get them back up.
That's what they all
Do it.
say.
So I had to back out and ask for a PA to come. They pulled my pants up, my penis got caught in my waistband. So I went to push it down and I nicked my penis. No. Yes. That's a sweet story. That's a sweet
So you also on set felt wet.
And because it got caught in my waistband, grateful.
You don't get stories like this with the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Cool. What about the? Did you have a team
Actually,
up?
in all seriousness, Sam and I, we were great friends from doing these wonderful conventions. We tried really hard to be in a scene together. You all can't see it, and it wasn't edited in, but you know the episode where I kind of make up vagina and the hair that everyone goes through? Sam and I kept making as much eye contact as we possibly could in the scene, thinking that maybe somebody would notice, or somehow we could have acted together. We tried, but I don't know. Maybe
We tried to have a meaningful look, like.
Yeah, we tried. We tried to have like a bad mother's combo.
We did.
Be a badass team up though. More of that. Any other team up dreams? How about any other, Mary? Oh, I'm sorry, Coach Mary. Is that silly?
You're not alone.
Sam, what else did you ready to say?
Yeah, what?
You guys be, and like on set, you have to call me Girl Sam because otherwise it's too confusing. I think I would have.
That's what I call the other Sam.
I think I would have liked to have more scenes with Jeff.
Well, besides werewolf teeth, did anyone else have mishaps with your, because a lot of times you're doing spells, you're doing crazy things. What are some mishaps that may have happened on set? Please share.
Got stabbed in the knee.
Some of mine made it to the gag reel.
Yeah.
Broke my hand, I ripped my pants. I may have farted a few times.
You? Jesus.
Where's off camera? It was a mistake. Yeah, they were constantly, I think, poor Alex and Jim certainly suffered the wrath of my silliness. There was one time where Bobby Singer is in a hospital bed, and his feet are down there, and Sam and Dean are at the end, and they're explaining this case or something. And so it's on Jim's face. He's just laying in bed. He can't do anything. So I gradually, his head's over there. He's looking. The camera's looking at him. And so I start pulling his sheets up, and his little toesies are there. And so I go and I grab his big toe, his toenail, and I start squeezing and trying to get a reaction. There's nothing. And so I get my other hand to support my current hand, and I'm like, this fucking dude won't break. He's sitting there, he's like, well, sounds like a roo-roo. Maybe you call Rufus and he'll let you know what's what. And we get through the scene, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like dripping sweat. It's so hard. And then finally we're like, okay, cut. And Jim looks up and he goes, you fucking idiot.
I remember it every time.
And then with Alex, he was new on the show, not brand new. But
You nearly killed him. You nearly suffocated him. Let's tell the truth.
Oh yeah. But it was the No, it was the baby driver, mini driver stuff. Every time he was on camera, Jensen and I got kicked off set by our director because then it's Misha and Alex, and we walk in to unpack our bags in the hotel room, and then we get off camera and the camera's still on Alex and Misha, and Jensen and I start going and the camera's still on them, so finally Nina Lopez Corrado, who I adore with all my heart, our director. Oh yes. She's like, hey, Jensen, Jared, y'all are wrapped. And we're like, really? What? Like, yeah, go home. We can do the rest of that. We're like, but wait, aren't we the leads of the show? She's like, get out of here.
You guys were actually so good at your jobs that we needed you offset. It got to the point where sometimes it'd be you guys have to do a press something, or Jared and Jensen would leave, and they'd be like, is it okay if we just use a piece of tape? I'm like, I'm begging. Please. They are not. Or they'd be like, Jared has to make a flight, he's gonna see his family. I'm like, fucking send the guy home, please. And then they leave, and everybody on the set would be like, less laughs, but let me tell you, we made those days.
Well, I have some lovely pre-requested fan questions, and so I want to be able to get to a couple of these. And I actually love this one. This is from Jordan Miller from Jacksonville. Jordan, are you here? No. So these were submitted on the internet, so I just like to check just in case. But if your character could have any other completely different profession, what do you think your character would do for a living? And that's just you showing.
Gynecologist.
Now, I'm not a woman, but if I strolled into my gynecologist appointment and Jim was there, I was like, we're going to need you to spread them.
Yeah. Scoot down. No.
I don't know how you feel.
Wow. Anyone else's character have a dream profession?
I think I'd be a great teddy bear doctor. teddy bear doctor.
I don't know what Crowley would do. What do you?
Or a yoga teacher.
Well, we saw all kind of
I'm very bendy. Woo, nothing. Don't show your 10-year-old.
You said the character or us?
Yeah, the character.
The character.
Yeah. Or you. What else would you love to be, Sam?
In real life?
You can choose either. Now I've opened it up. You can choose what you would do besides this or your character.
Well, they're kind of related. If it were me, Sam, I would probably be an architect. And if it were Mary, she'd probably run like the stock room at Home Depot.
You are very good at spatial planning and decorating. Very good. You guys don't know that, but what you've done to your house is so beautiful. Like, I'm so proud of you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So you're doing it. You're doing it on a level.
And killing it.
And she's inviting all of you over to see.
I think Rowena could have been a good diamond expert. And I think I would be a good diamond expert.
That's good. I love diamonds. I probably Garth would be a guidance counselor, like he gets that kind of energy. And in real life, I would be an art dealer because I collect art and it's my biggest passion.
Okay. Do you also do the art as well?
No, I like it because I can't do it.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
No, I do.
It's fascinating. And also, it's a record of our experience as humans, right? So it's like this guy did this or this woman did this on this day at this point in time. It's pretty dope.
Have you seen any of the art done in Artist Alley with your faces on it? Is that
Amazing.
insane? Like, it's
Yeah,
so beautiful.
And we get given so many like beautiful drawings and paintings of ourselves.
I saw somebody's calf with my face on it.
Yeah.
Yes,
What?
their calf.
Oh, I thought you were like amazing catheter. Like I thought. I'm like, that's weird.
Someone's catheter bag.
I'm gonna sell DJ out for a second here. Bear with me. It made me laugh so hard. And Jensen, we were doing maybe your first episode or something, and so I'm a large human. I used to be bigger when I was like in my 20s and 30s, working out and eating a bunch. But DJ is very lean, svelte, handsome, beautiful.
I'll take it.
A lean human being, you know? And so we were doing some sequence, and they bring in the stunt guys, and the stunt guys are all bigger than I am. And at the time, I'm like 6'5", 220, 230, or whatever. And so, like, Garth saves the day. And so they had this thing blocked out, like Garth comes in and pulls one of the vampires off, and like kicks another one, and does something. And then we all get there to block, and they're like, you know, DJ, hey, you know what? No, forget the blocking. We're gonna give you a taser. So you're gonna tase the
I was
guy.
like, are you familiar with my work? When I saw all the people like doing all that stuff.
And DJ says, and I want y'all to check this out. DJ is like, and I think he's accurate. He's like, I think I've tased more people in TV shows and movies than any other.
I have the Guinness Book World Record for tasing on
The
television.
world record of tasting on television, because they're like, no doubt you're fit and all that, but it's gonna look weird if you like pick up some dude that's 300 pounds. So why don't you just tase him?
Make it easier. I also would like to go home tonight. Not in an ambulance.
So another question, and I'll open it to all of you. This is from the lovely Olivia from Tallahassee, Florida. They're wondering, since some of the scenes were somewhat intense and very dramatic and things, was there any particular day or scene that you felt just drained after filming that particular scene?
Because of somebody else, because of us.
No, I hear that. Yeah.
Well, here's what I'll say to that question. I don't know if I'm answering it, but I can think of 2 specific times where somebody's off camera was really intense, and not like hey, it's a 2-shot and you see both people. One was at the end of season 2, maybe beginning of season 3, when Sam dies and Sam's killed, and I'm dead in the bed. Yeah, sure. No, it was 20 years ago. Watch the show. Unless you're 10, then don't watch the show. Kidding. But one was when Jensen or Dean is kind of like crying over over Sam's dead body. And I was there and I was trying so hard not to breathe because Kim Manners had set up a shot where it's kind of over me and I have the dead makeup on and stuff. And Dean's kind of going through everything. And I remember, like, that was ironically, like, very difficult to shoot because I was just trying to go, like, I wanted to cry. I was hearing Jensen do his performance and I was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, like, don't breathe. And so I was trying really hard. And then another time, we're off camera with some point, and if y'all know me and have known me for a while, I hate giving credit to Mark Shepard, but I'll give credit to Mark Shepard. I mean that with all my heart. Was in Sacrifice in the finale of season 8. I mean it. He was, Sam's going through the trials, and I was all jacked up, and he's tied up in a chair. And so I've never, in 25 years in the business, 500 episodes of television and some movies and whatever, I've never listened to music in between takes, but I wanted to like get there and feel it. And so they'd have a 20-minute setup, and they're like, hey, Jared, we're going to the trailer. And I was like, no, I'll just put on my headphones and sit there and like listen to Sigur Rós. Great band, if y'all know. Yeah. And then they would offer Mark, like, hey, do you want something to tie you? You can go to the bathroom. And he would kind of look at me and be like, no, I'll stick around. So he would just stay there in the chair so that I would have my preparation, and he'd be there when they were able to call 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. And so oftentimes your off-camera performance is as taxing or more than your on-camera performance. On camera, it feels like for me sometimes, most of the time, it feels like you know the route and you're skiing down. And so you're just kind of vibing. You're like, where is this going to go? Whereas off camera, you're like, I don't want to mess them up. And so you can tell the way somebody does their off camera how committed they are to it. As if they're like, whatever, I'm just going to say the words. Or if they're like, yeah, let's see where this dance goes. Having like an appropriate and committed dance partner.
Oh, that's lovely. Mark, you're professional.
The most amazing thing about that is we never shoot television in sequence. We shoot television to save money. So if you've got a scene at the beginning of an episode that's in a house, and you're in the same house at the end of the episode, you're shooting that together. You can shoot your death first and the end of the week. So if you think about it, we shot the end of season 8 linearly, scene after scene after scene after scene. And I'll tell you how cool that crew is. They didn't make a freaking sound for 2 days. They didn't make a sound. They have every right between what we're doing to get on with their lives and do what they're doing. I mean, it's intense. They're giving us all the support. They were literally silent for 2 days. They're like, no, you're working, we're watching this.
What a lovely space to like be able to work in that, right?
But you actually felt, no matter what we were doing, we felt we had 100 odd people holding us. It was constant. I love it. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done in my entire career. It's nuts. I saw it recently. I'm singing. I mean, what the fuck? I was like, I don't do stuff like this. But it was so beautifully intact. My favorite thing in the whole thing is when I catch myself being weird, and I look at him, and he's looking at me, and I go, what? He goes, what? That wasn't scripted. It's the most weird. That wasn't scripted. What? It's like, what are we doing? It's just like, it was so good. And the simple thing, that was fun in and of itself. And then Milosh coming downstairs with the wireframe drawings of the angels falling from the skies. Everybody just goes over, everyone's looking, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. Oh my God, this is going to be amazing. And that's the tone on that set. That's the feeling on that set. Every single person there wanted it to be as good as it possibly can be. And that's a joy, and that doesn't exist everywhere. I'm so proud that, we had number 1, number 2, and everybody else setting a tone.
It's very much like
that's why Sharon was twisting my toes while Bobby was dying.
He didn't do that shit to me. You know why? Because I'd sue. You wrote something rude on the back of my car, and you were so happy about doing it. He came up to me, bounced it like a puppy dog. Hey, you see it? And I went, if you scratch my paint, it's going to cost you $6 grand.
Well, I'm glad you all love each other as much as we assumed you did. did. This is lovely. Even Jim's face, come on. You love each other. We love you. Can we give them a warm thank you?